Welcome to the Art Lady channel. Today we're going to be making some imaginary dragons, or you can do this as a monster, that's up to you, but we're using this fun curve line as body shape. So whatever creature you want to turn this into. My class of kindergartners with me is going to turn it into a funny dragon or a funny monster. That's up to them. But I hope you stay tuned and have some fun creating this imaginary creature. This is going to be a simple dragon for all ages, and today I have some kindergarten kids here with me at the end of the school year. We're all pretty excited. Now, how old are we now? 6! Oh, it sounds like a lot of them are 6 and maybe a couple 5-year-olds. So we're going to have fun anyways. And one of my students actually requested this. They said, actually he said, "Can we make that?" And I said, sure. So let's start off by finding the center of our paper. And we're going to show all of you how to make this cute, funny dragon. So we have the center of the paper. So we're going to put our finger right in the very middle. And we know it's going to be in the middle. And we're going to draw around our finger. Now, am I really close to my finger? No. No, I'm drawing right around my finger. Okay? Now, turn your paper upside down. That's the first step to this funny monster. Now we're going to jump up, put a little line. Now look, this is going to be his belly, so you need to leave a big line. So jump about halfway, from the top to the bottom, halfway. Now we're going to go up. Now watch how I do this. Around this line and down. See how I went around it and down. Now we're going to curve it right to the edge of our page. Zoop! Right to the edge of our page. And we're going to do the same up here. We're going to go around and zoop right to the end. Now we're going to come down and up. Now our next step is we're going to go up to this corner here. And we're going to draw a pretty good sized oval. An oval, a circle. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. There's no mistake. There's no messing up on this, because this is going to be a funny monster. And if you make a mistake, you can always turn it into something funny on him. Now let's just connect this to the head. This will be the head. And connect this. Now we're going to do his mouth, and he's going to be like a laughing monster. Or, I'm sorry, laughing dragon. Down and up. And we're going to do it again. Down and up. It's like the letter U. If you want your monster to have teeth, well, you can put some sharp teeth. That's down and up like the letter V. Or capital letter A at the bottom. And now we're going to add some dragon ears up and back. It's almost like a capital A shape. And one on this side, up and back.
It looks like a cat. It looks like a cat ear.
And we're going to add a dragon nostril.
It's a seed.
So we need a circle on one side and a circle on the other. And this is where he can, smoke can come out there. Smoke comes out his nostrils, but fire comes out his mouth. Now we're going to add we can make them kind of beady eyes. So I do a diagonal line and another diagonal line up. And then I'm going to go down and up, down and up. If I enlarge it, maybe you can see it a little bit better. And it's not going to look happy because it's kind of like a beady-eyed, scary. And then this is a letter V and a letter V inside. I'm going to color that in. So you don't think it looks happy? He's like evil or scary. And now we can add some dragon, if you want to get some dragon legs, let's do this. Down, diagonal, diagonal. And we're going to have him have some claws, some pretty good claws.
Like Wolverine.
1, 2, and if I use a zigzag line, that means go back, forth, back, forth, back. It forms a zigzag line. See how I went back and forth to connect? A zigzag line. You can even add claws on top of that if you want, just curves. Some curves. And you can do the same for the back leg. If you want to add a back leg over here. I'm going to have him come out. His back leg is going to be bent. So I came out diagonal and back down, out diagonal, back down. And then I'm adding zigzag and some more claws. C shapes for claws. Now, if you want to add the legs on the other side of him, they come out diagonal, but these legs are on the other side of his body. So they're going to look smaller. So I'm going to make them smaller with some small claws back here. He kind of looks like a dinosaur. He's an imaginary dragon. And this is the back leg, so I'm making this one's on the other side of his body, so you just see a little bit. Zigzag with some small curves. Now, other characteristics of dragons besides claws, you can have some, if you want some smoke coming out its nose, I just do 2 skinny lines and then a puff of smoke. That's how I do smoke coming out its nostrils. I could have them coming this way too. 2 skinny lines and then a puff of smoke. Now, dragons sometimes have some horns up here. You can add. You don't have to add all these things, but this is one thing. Maybe they have some spikes. Sometimes they have spikes coming down the back, which is like zigzags. So we're doing the spikes up the back. And these are zigzag. Now this is optional. And I'm going right down to the tail. Now this really makes it cool. We're giving him some more characteristics of dragons. If you want to get some spiky eyebrows, that's up to you. You can even have some chin horns or chin hair coming down. All these spikes just add more interest to him. If you want to add scales, what other things do dragons have? Sometimes dragons do what? Yes? Wings. So you might want to add some wings if you want. You know what I'm going to do for this dragon? I'm going to make him have a small set of wings, or just one small wing here. So I did a line, and then I'm doing some zigzags. He'll have a small wing here. Because sometimes they do have wings. But now you can finish designing your dragon any way you'd like. I just added some crayon detail, and I want to show you how I'm going to finish this off. I pushed really hard with the crayon, and now I'm just going to take some watercolor paint and go right over this to create a resist. And wherever I paint with watercolor, it's going to pop off the crayon, and it will stay in the cracks in between the crayon. So it'll absorb into the paper that doesn't have any crayon on it. And it creates a really beautiful watercolor resist. So that's one way of finishing off your dragon. And now I'm going to show you some of my student examples before they added their color to this. And they did a really great job on their line designs. And here are some examples from my 5- and 6-year-olds from their class just now. And I have a lot of ferocious dragons here. And they did a great job following directions. Wow. So was this fun?
Yes!
Great. And there we have it. Let me know in the comments how your dragons came out. And I'm glad that you tuned in to our dragons.